Now we learn a beloved pastor, a seminary professor, married with 2 children, has committed suicide. This after he was outed his name on a list of Ashley Madison users.
Pastor, a loving husband, and a father of 2, he was also a seminary professor known for his sense of humour. Despite his great qualities, he battled inner struggles and reached a point of deep hopelessness. Tragically, he took his own life just 6 days after hackers revealed the names of millions signed up for Ashley Madison, a website for those seeking affairs. His name was among them. In his suicide note, John Gibson opened up about his depression and the shame of having his name on Ashley Madison. He expressed deep sorrow, saying he was very, very sorry. Despite pouring his life into helping others, he couldn't find a way to help himself. Ashley Madison was created and promoted by the controversial Noel Biderman.
I cheated on my husband to find companionship.
He grew the platform through bold marketing, provocative taglines, and by capitalising on the allure of secret affairs. After the data breach, Biderman resigned in disgrace, with his personal and professional reputation severely damaged. This is the story of his unusual ascent to becoming the self-proclaimed most hated man on the internet, and his swift, dramatic fall. Noel Biderman, a Toronto native, was born into a Jewish family with Holocaust survivor grandparents. In the late 1980s, Noel Biderman studied economics at the University of California, before returning to Toronto to attend Osgoode Hall Law School. Initially, he pursued a career as a sports attorney, where he helped professional basketball players manage their relationships, juggling wives and mistresses. This unique experience inspired him to create Ashley Madison. Before diving into the tech and dating business, he also spent some time working in the real estate industry. Ultimately, these varied experiences paved the way for his controversial venture into online dating. In reality, Ashley Madison was founded by a guy named Darren Morgenstern, who later sold it to Avid Life Media in 2007. In 2002, Darren Morgenstern embarked on a daring venture, envisioning a platform that would facilitate infidelity. With determination, he brought this vision to life through Ashley Madison, an online dating service tailored for partnered individuals. The name itself, a fusion of 2 popular North American baby names. Several years later, Avid Media, a Canadian company, seized the opportunity and acquired Ashley Madison, ushering in a new era under the leadership of Noel Biderman, a figure known as the most hated man on the internet. Armed with its attention-grabbing tagline, "Life is short, have an affair," Ashley Madison quickly captured public attention and became a cultural phenomenon. However, amidst its success, the platform encountered hurdles, particularly in gaining acceptance within traditional advertising platforms like Twitter, Facebook and Google. Paul Keeble, the Chief Strategy Officer, reflected on these challenges in a 2019 interview, shedding light on the struggle for mainstream recognition and legitimacy. When Biderman took over, he introduced some intriguing changes. Drawing inspiration from the business model of Toronto strip clubs, where women entered for free while men paid, he implemented a similar approach. However, unlike typical subscription services, Ashley Madison operated on a credit-based system. For instance, reading a message from a female user would cost 5 credits, roughly equivalent to $1.50. Sending a message also required 5 credits. Essentially, every action on the website came with a price tag, even leaving the site. Ashley Madison didn't merely target individuals inclined towards infidelity. They actively marketed cheating as a solution for anyone facing marital issues. Rather than portraying cheating as the demise of a relationship, they reframed it as an escape from the monotony of married life. This narrative, spearheaded by Noel Biderman, appealed to individuals feeling worn down by the daily responsibilities of marriage, such as vlogger Sam Rader. Despite his own commitment to monogamy, Biderman shamelessly propagated this message across daytime TV shows and radio stations, suggesting that an affair could inject excitement and rejuvenate a struggling marriage.
What if people are having affairs to stay married?
Regardless of the ethical implications. Through Avid Media, Ashley Madison had connections to other sites like Cougar Life, Established Gentlemen, and Arrangement Finders, each catering to different aspects of relationships and intimacy. While Cougar Life facilitated relationships between older women and younger men, Established Gentlemen served as a platform for sugar daddy arrangements. However, Arrangement Finders, an escort finding service, crossed ethical lines, prompting Avid Media to distance itself, especially amidst growing controversy. In their pursuit of advertising, Ashley Madison often employed unconventional tactics that some might consider stunts or gimmicks. For instance, in 2010 they attempted to have a New York City stadium named after Ashley Madison, but it was ultimately named for MetLife. Similarly, they tried to convince Phoenix officials to rename the Sky Harbor International Airport as the Ashley Madison Airport, to no avail. Deceptive moves were also part of Ashley Madison's playbook. In 2011, ads appeared online under the guise of a site called My Marriage Matters, criticising Ashley Madison for wrecking marriages. However, a digital investigation revealed that the ads were actually placed by an Avid Life company, exposing the company's deceptive practices. Imagine you've given Ashley Madison a shot, but it's just not your thing. You're ready to wash your hands of the whole affair. There's only one option: pay up. You'll need to cough up about $19. It's paying for a clean slate and with a slightly heftier price tag. Ashley Madison faced a barrage of complaints regarding fake accounts, spam messages, and disappointing user experiences. The situation escalated when Kamala Harris, then California's Attorney General, stepped in after a Southern California man claimed he fell victim to fraud on the platform. He alleged that he paid for chat messages, only to discover that all potential partners were fake profiles, possibly operated by chatbots. In response, Avid Life Media's general counsel, Mike Dax, publicly attributed the issue to criminal elements misusing the website without the company's knowledge. Dax advised members to report suspicious profiles and assured that refunds would be provided for interactions with flagged accounts. The California public inquiry seemingly concluded without further comment from officials. Avid Life Media's general counsel, Mike Dax, publicly responded to the complaints, placing blame on criminal elements exploiting the website without the company's knowledge. He urged members to report suspicious profiles and assured the California Attorney General that the company would refund interactions involving flagged accounts. Despite these assurances, the California public inquiry seemingly concluded without further action. However, in another troubling development in 2012, a Brazilian woman named Doriana Silva sued Ashley Madison. She claimed she was compelled to create thousands of fake female accounts to entice men into paying for premium messages, resulting in a repetitive stress injury. Although Silva's lawsuit was unsuccessful, the mounting concerns surrounding Ashley Madison continued to draw attention and scrutiny. Ashley Madison's advertising campaigns echoed Biderman's provocative message, pushing the envelope with daring slogans like "Life is short, have an affair," and "Your wife is hot, but so are ours," boldly displayed on billboards across the country. In addition to these attention-grabbing taglines, the company enticed users with promises of complete discretion. However, the hacker's breach dramatically exposed the fallacy behind Ashley Madison's claims of security. It was revealed that the company had made entirely false assurances regarding cybersecurity. An ex-employee came forward, admitting to crafting fake logos and certificates that adorned the site's homepage, further deceiving users. This all unfolded in the 2000s, a time when internet security awareness was not as prevalent, and people were more trusting with their personal data online. On July 15, 2015, Ashley Madison faced a seismic shock when the Impact Team, a group of hackers, declared they had successfully acquired a vast amount of customer and corporate data from the platform. The group's anger was fueled by Ashley Madison's questionable business practices, such as the creation of fake accounts and the controversial pay-to-delete feature. In their demand for action, the Impact Team not only called for the site's shutdown, but also threatened to release the data unless their demands were met. Adding to the tension, the Impact Team hinted at potential repercussions for the site's users, suggesting that the fallout from the data release could extend beyond just Ashley Madison itself. The threat cast a shadow over the platform and its users, leaving both in a state of uncertainty and apprehension. Despite the demands of the Impact Team, Ashley Madison continued its operations following their threats. On July 22nd, the Impact Group made good on their promise by releasing their first batch of customer data on the dark web, accessible via Tor. The aftermath was chaotic, with reports emerging of marriages abruptly ending and rumours swirling about suicides and crimes of passion. While the financial data revealed was incomplete, exposing only the last 4 digits of credit cards, It was enough to put those in the data dump at risk of financial crimes. Even websites sprang up allowing people to search for their spouses or themselves on the list. Notably, John Gibson's suicide was a direct consequence of the data leak. Facing the harsh reality of loss, his wife Christy speaks of forgiveness. She believes their life could have been healed. When asked if John worried about losing his job as a pastor if the truth came out, she agrees, noting that everyone has their struggles. She insists it wasn't unforgivable, and many have echoed this sentiment. However, John carried such deep shame that he couldn't see past it. Tributes poured in for John Gibson from students and faculty who remembered him as a kind and generous man, often repairing students' vehicles in his spare time. Seminary President Chuck Kelly highlighted Gibson's popularity and his acts of kindness, calling him the quintessential good neighbour. At an August 28th memorial service, his son Trey acknowledged his father's struggles.
My dad was a great man. He was a great man with struggles. My dad reached a point of such hopelessness and despair that he took his own life.
Emphasising that everyone has their own battles and that his dad was a great man despite them. Here's where the real discoveries were made. Noel Biderman was as shady as they come. When Gizmodo delved into Ashley Madison's user activity, they uncovered a strikingly amusing revelation. The ratio of men checking messages to women checking messages was an astonishing 13,581 to 1. This disparity paints a rather bleak picture. Out of the 5.5 million female accounts, virtually none exhibited any activity beyond their creation date. Conversely, male users appeared highly engaged, with over 20 million regularly checking their inboxes and more than 10 million initiating conversations. Essentially, the women's accounts seemed dormant, rendering their presence on the site almost inconsequential compared to the bustling activity of male users. The Ashley Madison database revealed 37 million profiles of people seeking discreet affairs. Surprisingly, only about 12,000 of these profiles belonged to active women. This imbalance was striking, especially when compared to the approximately 20 million active male profiles on the platform. The disparity highlighted a significant issue in the user base, suggesting that the number of genuinely active female users was much lower than expected. There are many reasons to accuse Ashley Madison's parent company, Avid Life Media, of fraud. They charged men to delete their profiles but kept their personal data anyway. However, the biggest scam is false advertising. The company promises men they will meet real women wanting affairs, but the reality is much different. Ashley Madison never guaranteed that men would easily find women, but they did promise that the site was inhabited by real active women. However, the reality was quite different. Men often found themselves communicating with robo-males rather than real women. They had to pay to send messages to profiles that were inactive, only to receive automated responses from other inactive profiles. This created a frustrating cycle where men kept paying to try to connect, only to encounter more robo-messages and dead profiles perpetuating the scam. The data dump of Ashley Madison's internal emails exposed that the company actively paid people to create fake profiles. They sometimes outsourced this task to companies specialising in building fake profiles, as Caitlin Dewey reported in the Washington Post. However, many of these fake profiles, referred to as angels, were generated by Ashley Madison's own employees. These angels were created all over the world. The dump contains dozens of emails where Avid Life Media management discussed and arranged the creation of even more fake profiles, revealing the extent of their deceptive practices. In an email dated October 27, 2012, with the subject line Profile Builders, Biderman discusses the possibility of contracting more companies, such as salesprofiles.com and evercurrent.com, to create additional fake profiles. This reveals a strategic effort to expand their deceptive practices. Furthermore, an email chain from July 30, 2012, between Sandra Simpson and an employee named Eduardo Borges highlights the rigorous quality control for these angel profiles. Borges inquires if they can reuse photos in different states, but Simpson advises against it, emphasising that many members travel and might spot the duplicates. This attention to detail shows how meticulous they were in maintaining the illusion of genuine profiles. Dozens of emails show employees sharing profile database ID numbers and requesting reviews to ensure they met standards. These emails reveal the company's deliberate multi-year effort to create fake profiles globally, a practice known to many senior employees. Despite this, Ashley Madison continued to grow, attracting more men into its deceptive network. The company's main technical challenge was scaling. At some point, the original database was expanded into a larger one, and admins kept pushing its limits, adding more profiles to meet the increasing demand. Amidst the controversy surrounding Ashley Madison, one pressing question remains. Was the site originally designed as a trap for men, or did it morph into one over time? Biderman, the mastermind behind the platform since its inception in 2001, asserted in an interview with Bloomberg News that Ashley Madison's primary focus was on attracting women, not men. However, as revealed by the abundance of fake profiles in emails from 2012 and 2013, it's plausible that Biderman's vision didn't materialize as intended. It's conceivable that in the face of a dwindling number of real female users, the company resorted to fabricating profiles to maintain the illusion of a thriving user base. Following the Ashley Madison data breach, the FTC launched an investigation into Avid Media's security practices and past allegations of fraudulent behavior. The leaked data revealed numerous accounts labeled as paid delete, indicating that users had paid to have their accounts removed, yet their information remained accessible. Additionally, the data confirmed the presence of automatic chatbots designed to simulate user engagement and prompt payments for initiating chats. The fallout was swift and severe for Avid Media's CEO Noel Biderman, who was forced to resign amidst professional and personal disgrace. The leaked emails exposed his involvement with the platform's fraudulent activities, including correspondence with his regular mistress, an escort he had paid for services over several years. Biderman even extended a job offer to his mistress at Avid Media, which she declined. Following the scandal, the corporate playbook unfolded predictably. Key executives faced termination or resigned amid disgrace. Avid Media rebranded itself, changing its tagline and logo to distance itself from its past associations with marital infidelity. The company emphasized its newfound focus on security and downplayed its previous controversies. In 2016, Avid Media was hit with a $1.6 million fine by the FTC for its lax security practices. While the FTC didn't address the issue of fake female robot accounts, Canadian and Australian authorities launched a joint investigation into the matter. Meanwhile, a class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of those impacted by the data breach, initially seeking $576 million in damages. The lawsuit was eventually settled for $17.5 million in 2016, with payments deferred until 2021. Ultimately, the settlement amounted to $11.2 million, roughly a quarter of the company's value at the time. Each plaintiff received approximately $3,500, provided they could demonstrate documented harm resulting from the breach. Despite the financial repercussions and legal proceedings, public interest in the scandal waned over time, allowing Avid Media to carry on with its rebranding efforts and resume business as usual. The members of the impact team remained anonymous and were never prosecuted, leaving ongoing speculation about their identities. Some believe their level of access to internal emails and proprietary software suggests they may have had physical access to the company's computer systems. This mystery adds to the intrigue surrounding the Ashley Madison breach, leaving many to wonder who was behind it and how they pulled it off. Ashley Madison, now operating as a dating app under the parent company Ruby Corp, has experienced a significant evolution. With a new name comes a new era, as President James Millership describes Ruby's rebranding as embodying a sensual and feminine essence, symbolizing the company's commitment to value and rejuvenation. CEO James Siegel emphasizes this shift as a crucial step in their journey towards becoming a leading digital dating innovator that genuinely cares for its users. The revamped platform not only retains its original premise of facilitating connections for individuals seeking affairs, but also promises advancements in security and privacy. Ruby boasts a higher level of encryption, ensuring that user data remains protected. However, in 2017, the new CEO, Rob Siegel, resigned, signaling a shift in Ashley Madison's approach. They abandoned efforts to downplay their focus on extramarital affairs and reverted to their infamous "life is short, have an affair" logo. Surprisingly, despite the 2015 scandal, Ashley Madison managed to double its user base by 2019, reaching nearly 60 million cumulative accounts. This growth, occurring even after the debacle, highlights the enduring appeal of the platform to its users. Noel's LinkedIn profile paints a picture of a man deeply entrenched in the business world, juggling prestigious roles. Currently, he holds the position of CEO at Avenue Insights, a Toronto-based software company, and serves as a strategic advisor at Wonderfy, a company focused on modern wealth generation through technological and financial innovations. Despite his professional achievements, Noel's personal life comes under scrutiny in the documentary. Amanda, his wife, openly expresses her fears of potential infidelity, stating she would be devastated if Noel had been unfaithful. The documentary sheds light on some of Noel's emails to sex workers and other women, indicating potential indiscretions. Interestingly, Noel declined to participate in the Netflix documentary. However, a spokesperson for him affirmed his dedication as a husband and father, suggesting that he and Amanda are still together despite the challenges highlighted in the film. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. If you enjoyed this video, you won't want to miss the next video, so click on the one showing on your screen now. See you there.